Everyone, we'll get started in just a minute or two. Dev, why don't you say a few words so we can make sure they can hear you?
Retail as hell.
Retail is hell. And
Also,
hell.
happy belated stabbing day.
Let's see here.
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
Okay.
Beep,
They can
beep,
hear.
I'm
You
a
know, it's
sheep.
very weird. In the little preview video box they give, the icons aren't all lined up.
On YouTube?
Yeah, in the preview window they do for when you're streaming, not lined up. So we'll start in just a second, everyone. Just waiting for a few more people to show up, and then we'll pop up. I'll screen cap that and send it to you while we're waiting, though, Dev.
Yes, let me load
'Cause
that up and...
yeah, you see how everything's like slightly off.
Like, is it a little bit too much to the side,
Well,
or...
like, look at the mute button. It's not centered. And then there's that little arrow on the right side that is not lined up with the caption and the gear. Bit odd.
Oh, okay, I was looking at, like, the actual
No. I mean the actual.
WtW part, not the YouTube part.
I mean their
Huh.
controls.
Yeah, okay, that is weird. I can definitely see that now. Yeah, they're all, like, randomly missized instead of, scaled with each other, and they're just randomly...
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Very
fucking weird.
Oh yeah, I see that every week, and every week I just like try to move my mouse away from that so I don't see it because it will literally distract me in the middle of the show. Okay, ready, Dev?
Like, go away!
Welcome to the WtW podcast. We're here to entertain, inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark. I run WtW and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm DevQ, and happy belated Stavarobin Senator Day.
How are you doing, Dev?
The weather is absolutely insane. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I give up.
Yeah, a week ago it was pretty cold here, and then it was like, and in 3 days it's going to be 90 degrees. And at one point I woke up and there was like a heat warning, and it's like, okay.
Yes, it was like warm in the 70s for like 2 days. Then it dropped to near freezing. Had to grab the snow coats back out. It actually did snow. And then it's back up to 70s. And now tonight it's dropping down to the 20s. And also tornado warning.
How delightful.
Weather is fantastic.
And then we have Beatbreak.
which was also fantastic,
So
kind of.
it's weird. So we'll get into that later. It's a bit weird. So we start with glowing dawn in an old building with Granite, who's sleeping and resting, and we also get Ludomon sleeping, kind of looking very like plush dollish, doesn't he?
Yes, he looks like a precious teddy bear, and I want a life-size version of that now.
They plan to leave once they get some rest, and then Hotaruku shows up, standing over Granite. She looks depressed and worried. They flash back. We get Clay leaving, tactics planning with Clay to remove Chairman Wong. But first, they have to get rid of the traitor Granite. They remember to rant about the rules of tactics again, which have the rules of
No
tactics.
one remembers.
Yeah, that's like, have the rules ever really made sense outside of maybe that introduction episode?
No, not at all, because no one ever fucking followed them to begin with.
Yeah. And then Naito stuff's like, if you don't do well here, Hotaruka won't be able to be researcher and support her family. And then Shakumon's going to drown Granite. Hotaruka looks conflicted until he starts to choke. Somehow Ludomon does not hear any of this.
Look,
Like,
he's taking a nap, okay?
and in walks Makoto right as the choking stops. Uh, and then
What
all,
are you doing?
yeah, it's very odd, especially since at no point from here forward is it relevant that she tried to murder him.
Yeah, Granite doesn't even snitch.
Also, chat point out something weird. They wish they could sleep as well as Beatbreak characters seem to be able to, because in multiple episodes we've had characters who have slept through literally being like dragged around and everything, and the explanation always seems
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean, damn, Tomoro.
oh, they were a bit low on e-pulse, that means they can sleep through the apocalypse. And no, I don't even think the show has ever said that. That's just kind of like the cheat explanation everyone uses because it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're just totally out.
And then Naito wants revenge on Kyo, which, has Kyo actually done anything to Naito up to this point?
Cut off his Digimon's arms a lot, but
But
other than that, I mean,
they grow back in 10 seconds.
yeah, he got better.
And then, very odd. So Kugermon evolves to Rasumon to stop Gigasmon. Am I wrong, or is this the first time that it's not in? Like, we've only seen the sequence one or two times, but it was always abridged before this, right? Like, it was never the
Yeah, it
actual
was cut
proper.
short, and because it had all the other Glowing Dawn
Yeah.
members like
Okay.
evolving at the same time.
So is this actually the first time we get the full sequence?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's what I
My friends were
thought.
being very thirsty over it.
Um, and then in pops someone else. Honoka arrives to hunt Wong on orders of Wong to hunt tactics with Marine Chimeramon, and she really is not interested in Kyo or Glowing Dawn at all. She just thinks Kyo's boring.
It's like, okay, yeah, it's some dude that left. Why the fuck do I care?
And then they get shut. Then Mirror World pops open. Uh, Naito wants Hotaruka to act like a shield for him, which, uh, very strange.
Dude,
Like,
you're just wasting your only halfway decent team members because apparently the rest of tactics are just fucking
and then
dead or captured at this point.
as we get Marasimamon versus um, Gigasmon is where I think we have a big issue with this episode. It's not,
It's the same shit.
well, no, it's more that this is definitely an episode where the animation isn't quite as good. But at any point in this episode does Gigasmon actually feel threatening?
He never was in any of his
No, he
appearances.
never was. But I mean, like, when they're treating this as like the big battle with him, does he actually do anything that, like, he's sort of just there?
He made some sand clones.
Yeah.
That's about the
Yeah.
only new shit he pulled
Then
out,
we get
really.
Tomoro and Reina trying to get Granite out. Makoto evolves Trotmon to stay behind in battle. Weirdly, this is where like the animation also doesn't do anything. Where he's speeding around hitting Marine Chimeramon, where it's not. This is not doing much, and the house goes down. Then we get a flashback.
Stop.
Does it feel like we needed this flashback in the episode about her?
No, it should have been like a while back, maybe when she was being actively pissed off at
Yeah.
Makoto.
Yeah, like getting like the 2 or 3 minute flashback to finally explain who she is after an entire episode dedicated to it didn't do it is very strange at this point. And even then, they have to, because it's been a bit, they have to reiterate like her family was poor, she studied hard, her mom was proud, her mom doesn't want her to send money back home. This is all stuff that episode did point out. It's just been a bit. She overworks herself so hard that her E-pulse goes abnormal, Shakomon is born, and the lab goes boom. And I guess this is taken as her fault. Like, they don't completely clarify it, but Clay Foundation takes on her debts. And she's
Yeah, it feels
worked.
like,
So here's what I
did,
here's what so
did
here's
they
what
manipulate the situation to get someone with a Digimon working with them?
well
Or,
here's the weird thing that doesn't make sense to me. Clay Foundation has its hands in a lot of pots, right? Like his whole thing is making money. What is
absolutely.
okay? So you have a specialized researcher. Would not the value in her be have her research how to do Digimon and E-Pulse more valuable, like rather than just she's kind of made into a generic foot soldier for reasons that aren't completely clear.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of a misallocation of resources.
Yeah, from a guy who's supposed to be clever. Then, like, they go back to her being mad at Makoto. He can't make decisions on his own. She thinks depending on friends is bad, which is weird because she helps her family even when they don't want help. So you would think she would understand.
She's a hypocrite.
She's the weirdest kind of hypocrite because they they never even make the connection that she is doing it even if she doesn't realize it. Um, she starts to catch that. Hey, I catches Makoto.
Yay.
Honoka is still bored. Um, they really are not doing anything interesting with her character so far. She has not like been around long, but like it's very much. It's weird because Violet is a much more interesting version of this character. She orders Marine.
Absolutely.
She orders Marine Chimeramon to kill. Makoto pushes Hotaruka out of the way. They all go running. Hotaruka, for some reason, has just decided that they can't win or escape. She wants Makoto to leave. They they really don't know what to do with tactics. Is I feel like the biggest issue with this arc.
Yeah, they're kind of like going back and forth.
And then Makoto's like, "We can win if we work together." And then weirdly she's like, "Tactics aren't a happy family like Glowing Dawn. No one actually helps." But just a minute ago she was upset that someone might want help. And I don't they aren't making the connections well enough for me. And then I will say, I absolutely love that when you would assume that like Makoto would be the one to jump in, Teal Ludamon just appears out of nowhere. I actually really like that.
It's like, none of them from Tactics will help each other. Insert
Yeah.
person she just tried to like choke from Tactics jumping in to help her.
And then we get Wolvermon and Armalizamon, and everyone else jumps in also. Hotaruko doesn't understand. Grant admits he doesn't understand, but he doesn't think he'll sleep well if she dies. The others try to
Just
point.
admit that everyone in Tactics has some severe mental illness and other neuroses, and just go with that.
The others try to point out they aren't alone. Honoka still looks bored. And then she starts like sneeze and gag. She says she's allergic to melodrama.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
And then this is the part where I feel like I like the episode, but this is the part where the episode is its weakest and dumbest. They're running out of time for the episode, so she just decides to leave. Like, not like called away or not like has an interesting reason to leave. She's just like, eh. Here's what I don't get. Like, she only showed up in the first place because she was ordered to. And theoretically, she has this position because she's useful to Wong, right?
She's kind of supposed to be going after Naito from Tactics, and Naito kind of fucked off through a
Kind
mirror
of, but
whirlhole.
like the, it's just the episode's almost over, so now she's gone.
Yeah.
So then everyone goes to help Kyo. Shakomon points out it didn't speak up due to her, which is weird because didn't it argue with her in the other episode?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I wondered if I had remembered that wrong. Then we get a
It's like, hey, maybe you should tell your family, stuff, and it'll be helpful for you. It's like, no.
the metaphor about the open sea I like, but I feel like it would have worked better if at some point we had seen her like sitting looking at the sea at some point in a prior episode. Because have they
Or if this had actually been mentioned at all beforehand.
No, that's what I mean, but like she has a water partner. It would have been great if we'd done like one scene of her looking at the sea or something because this comes out of nowhere in a strange way. Then Shakumon evolves to Tylomon again. When they did this, I went, oh yeah, they did evolve earlier in the episode, then they changed. Gigasmon grows
Like, are we
sand
going to get a
clones.
perfect evolution? No.
Rasenmon starts chopping down the clones. Naito isn't pleased or betraying Tactics, which is weird because, like, why is he upset about Granite? Like, he's hunting to kill him. He's not on your side. And then Hotaruku smacks
Yeah.
Naito. She'll repay her own debts. Team 7 isn't following his orders anymore. They're done. Which is weird because is Tactics even really a thing at this point? Like, technically speaking, they're all kind of on the run from Wong, right?
Not sure if they knew that yet, because yes, sure, they put a bounty out
Oh,
on
Naito might know.
Clay, but
Naito might know. The others may not. You're right. Kyo points out he's not really a leader if his team left. Gigasmon starts getting E-Pulse. Naito rants about the perfect world. We get the giant sand hand. Taken out with one hit, back to baby. Naito's in shock, which is weird because his Digimon has not been very successful up until now. Tomura wants.
at least against the Glowing Dawn,
Okay,
it's eating shit every time.
I'm very glad they remembered that Tomura does not actually know what happened there to add anything. So Tomura wants to know about the monkey Digimon. Like if he's involved with it. Says not Tomura's concerned, they'll get rid of it. The two Tactics members say goodbye to everyone after this. They're going to go look for Raito. Tomura asks them to look after him. I feel like I would have appreciated a bit more of them explaining the reason why. I mean, I understand the reason why. It's
Like,
the
Rido's a dumpster fire, but he's our dumpster
Yeah,
fire, and we
I
kind
feel
of,
like they
need
didn't.
to make sure he's alive.
Did they explain any of that, or are we just both reaching the obvious conclusion?
I think we're just kind of assuming,
Yeah.
because they never really mentioned it.
Yeah. Hotaruko thanks Makoto. I like Kyo hugging everyone. Time for the expensive meat. We go to Wong and Genjo. Tactics is wiped out mostly, and we get Clay standing in the desert, posing like he's waiting for something. So overall, despite a lot of issues, I actually think it's a solid episode. Uh, Tactics arc isn't over, but as a group, they are.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, for
we
some elite fighting force and that's highly trained, they kind of like all ate shit within apparently a
Yeah,
day.
I feel like the two biggest issues I have is one, Hotaruko really needed more characterization before this because it makes her turns quick, especially since no one really like Makoto walked in on her like choking him.
Like, that's not suspicious at all.
And also like we never had Gigasamon actually built up as a threat. Like in the sense that he was meant to be like the final boss of this. And I don't even really did he ever feel threatening?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because
Then
yes, we can assume that he's had many victories to be like a perfect level Digimon,
But that's the weird thing
but what
is
the audience actually sees, it's just him fucking failing
the
every
weird thing
single
is
time.
they told us the same thing about Tactics as a group though, and I
Then we
feel
just watched them just flounder horribly.
it that's why I keep hanging on that first episode with them. Is the first episode felt like the the trailer we got, the explanation of them. That first episode makes sense in context. After that, it's like entirely different writing. To the point that
It's like yakety sax playing in the background the entire time.
do you remember what the tagline for this arc was on the promo image and everything?
Not anymore.
Perfection versus freedom. The idea was tactics is perfection, glowing dawn is freedom. Does that really apply to the arc at all? Like, they think they're perfect, but at any point do we really see them at that quality past that first episode?
No, it would have made more sense if they had more of like a slow decline. But no, it's just like they were cool the first time and then they sucked every time after
Yeah.
that.
And it's weird because I don't think any of the episodes in this arc have been bad. They're bad in how they put together when you think of them episode by episode. Like any given episode, even the ones that I don't think are great, I still really enjoy. But for what the plot was supposed to be, it doesn't feel like it works that well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the new cast member here was Takako Honda as Marine Chimeramon. She was the Ajatarmon in Ghost Game.
Neat.
She's Mary Sarah in Detective Conan, Toko in Guardian of Sinners, Kuroko in Godanner, Gimme in Gurren Lagann, and in dubbed over roles, she's a number. She often dubs over Mila Jovovich, Holly Berry, and Charlize Theron.
Neat.
So we still have a couple Tactics arc episodes left, but Tactics is really gone. Okay, here's the question. Does Tactics reappear in this arc, or do they wait to have them appear until later?
I feel at the very least Raito has to show up at some point
See,
during this arc.
see,
At least to show he's not dead.
I keep trying to think how I think they'll come back, and I think I know what the stereotype is, and I don't know if I want them to do it or not, which is they won't show up for a bit more, and either we will get a quick cutaway to the two looking for him, and then later, and the cutaway may never happen, and then in some episode, all three of them just show up at a key moment.
Yeah, to like rescue Glowing Dawn.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if they're going to do that stereotype or if it's going to be something else. And I don't know.
Also, it'd be funny if they did show up to save Glowing Dawn, but they also got their asses kicked again.
And then next episode is The Power to Take. This one deals with Clay and Proganomon, and they're definitely. Here's the thing Beatbreak often teases things that it does not deliver on, which, to their credit, that is kind of a Digimon tradition in teasers.
Yeah.
We both know what they're teasing here. They're definitely teasing Murasimon evolving. Do you
I
think we
fucking
actually
hope
get?
so.
Do you think we actually get that or no?
No.
I'm I'm torn because it would make sense, but it also sort of feels like it might make sense to not have Kyo be the first. Frankly, I'd like Reina to be the first because they really don't know what to do with Wolvermon.
Yeah, because I feel like they won't have an ultimate on the protagonist team before everyone else gets to perfect at least, because then they would basically have to take Kyo out of the situation just so he doesn't like steamroll everyone else.
Man, if he gets cold-hearted next episode, we're gonna flash back to this, huh? See, that's also the great cheat of cold-hearting. You can get rid of a character for any number of episodes if you really need to, without actually injuring them in any way.
It's like, oh, they're gonna take a nap. They use too much e-pulse.
Yeah, it's like technically speaking, Tomoro's brother could become a main character in the show at any episode. if they really decide they want to. And I don't mean that as a negative. I think it's cool that, technically speaking, at any point, they could just decide that he's going to be a main character. I don't expect them to do that, but it's cool that at any given episode he could just pop up and help.
Yeah.
So we'll
It's like,
see.
oh, got better.
Yeah. And then stack of Beatbreak news. So first up, uh, last week they'd announced that on Sunday they're going to start streaming Beatbreak Episode 1 dubbed for free. Then shortly after, they had detailed that it would also be the first 3 episodes with Spanish and Portuguese subtitles. Uh, they're not doing the first 3 because those ones are subtitled and already have pretty wide distribution subtitled in English. Also with behind the scenes footage, so that did start. Um, the interesting thing, Dev, did you watch this?
Not yet. I have been working too much.
It has English compositing. The
Hmm.
episodes don't have English compositing on the Crunchyroll streams, as in they've redone the credits, they've redone the title screen in English and everything.
Nice.
And I don't think this is a requirement for Hulu. So we'll see why they've decided to do this. And here's the thing: they did not swap out them on Crunchyroll either. So we
Well,
will
Crunchyroll
see.
sucks.
No, but I mean, Toei could have made them swap them out, is what I'm saying, for the dubbed
Oh, yeah.
episodes. So we'll see if there's a reason. The behind the scenes is basically 2 minutes of dubbed clips, and they actually made them do. Remember how we pointed out that like a number of early promo clips were set up to make us think they were in the booth together, but then you would see they clearly weren't. They
Yes.
actually do one where 2 of them are in a booth together.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I will have
that.
to go and look at that.
Yeah. So it's just a couple minutes. That's at the end of the episode for anyone who wants to see it. Still definitely worth that little clip because that's fun. And the Gekomon plush is there also.
We love the Geckomon plush.
Then Anime Japan is about a week and a half ish away. Toei showed off their booth map. Beatbreak has a pretty nice like back wall display. Anime Japan also mentioned that various mascot characters, including some from shows from the key art with photo frames with the key art. So I would assume they aren't going to have a Tomoro mascot and it'll be the Gekomon mascot. And
Yeah.
Animedia has an interview with sub-series director Yue Komatsu. Um, in addition to the interview with her, they have a little overview on tactics. Feels a little late for that, to be honest.
Yeah, they're already on their way out.
Then they showed off the Brave Groove 10 CD covers. I do not understand this makeup style. Dev, am I wrong, or do they all look very tired and exhausted from the makeup style? Like under the eyes,
Absolutely.
especially.
Like,
Like
yeah,
they
they
look
look.
sick. They look sick, don't they?
Yeah, it's like, why would you super emphasize like the eye bags?
I'm not a fan of the like the doll makeup look, but I get it. I don't understand the, like you said, the emphasis of the like the eye bags, because it does just make them all look like drained, right? Especially
Yeah, maybe it's a trend or something. I don't know.
especially the one at the top left. Does it look like she has pink eye?
Yes, it's like, congrats, you have conjunctivitis. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So
It itches.
the CDs are out March 31st. 10 versions. No, is all I have to say about that. There have been times when
Yeah.
Digimon has had multiple CDs and I've gotten it. One, importing is
Well,
not as.
oftentimes it's like a basic one with like the artist on the cover and then like a special like Digimon specific cover.
Well, there's also been times when like I think like one of the Tri EDs, it was like the CD was like the equivalent of like $6 or $8, and there were different art versions. I was like, okay, that's cheap, shipping's cheap. I'll go ahead and get them.
Yeah, but wasn't that just like A and B pretty much?
I
Not
think
like
there was one with
a
like
dozen.
I think there was one with like 4.
God, I can't even remember which one that was.
I think it was like the ending to 3 or 4. But yeah, this is too much. Then uh, the Beatbreak outreach mission stuff, which they announced, they had mentioned there'd be 3 pieces of art. The first one they announced as being drawn by Kairu DX, who drew one of the 25th anniversary adventure art.
Ooh.
He did art of brain froze
Wasn't like the
of
whole.
Honoka.
Is it the one the whole adventure cast?
That's the one he did. I mean the one for here he did, which is Honoka. I am really bothered that he detailed her teeth. Like when you look at the art, it makes the teeth look weird and creepy,
Yeah.
which may have been the
And also,
point.
her mouth is so tiny.
Also, I love the story he tells. So like him telling like his origin with Digimon. So let me go to the back to the end of this. Uh, the drawing has that as a background story. I think my father would be happy about that also. Putting that aside for a moment, the girls in Beatbreak are just adorable. When I was putting together a translation of this, at the very end, note my father is still alive because the wording really makes it sound like he's dead. I think what he meant was he was like thinking about what he wanted to write here, and he ended up writing. He's like, "Oh, my father would be happy to hear about this." And clearly, someone recognized this and had them add an addition that their father is not dead. Yeah, so we still have 2 more pieces of art. My only issue with Honoka being the focus here is like we have not really seen much of her. So like her being like the first piece of like outreach art feels weird. And also Marine
It's fan
Chimeramon's there.
service.
It is, but like the teeth make it weird.
Yeah.
And then moving on from Beat Break, the first episode 25, part 1, Dawn of Liberator, the first part of the Liberator epilogue. You start off Yao being super busy and frazzled 8 months later. Feels right for Yao.
Yep.
Uh, so they mentioned Lacuna sealed off after that logout issues. They're fixing Cross Connectia, which is still separate. We get a catch up with Arisa. She getting ready for college. Catch up with Violet. She does not look right with her hair down.
It's like, who the hell is this?
Yeah.
Get this
Now
imposter
I
away
was
from
very I
me.
was very pleased when they logged into Liberator and all of a sudden Violet's hair was back to drill, and then Close had a new haircut.
It's like, oh, you're trying to dress up like your sibling.
No, you know what it is. I get why they're doing it. It really feels like, and her hair was different so that we would know that time had passed.
Yeah.
I love that one frame flashback to Arisa with digital withdrawal. And then we get what may be the single biggest issue in this and year 2 of Liberator. Zenith retiring from cards, going to work at Idea, company that makes Liberator. Um, does like Zenith just kind of keeps popping up at random doing stuff.
Look, he has no attention span, okay? He's just like that. He's very flighty.
Yeah. And then Schumann appeared crying to see Arisa. It made me happy, and then I had to like go, oh, Schumann has not been in this scene so far. I'm so used to Schumann just kind of being like behind Arisa.
It's like, nope, they've been gone for like
Yeah.
8 months. No seeing your precious shoe child.
And then everyone points out Shoto's missing, although they confirmed that like he logged in very quickly once Liberator was back up. And in fact, he was the first person to get a spot in the Japan final, which seems to shock a few people. And I love it ends with that shot of Shoto and Muchomon looking over Lacuna, and we only have one segment left.
It's like, no, where is Unchained? Come back, my dumpster fire.
So last one's Wednesday. Does it feel like they're teasing we're getting one more novel chapter after this, though?
It would make sense.
So we will see. If not, then a couple days into Liberator. And then, so first up, anniversaries. 11th anniversary
No.
of Cyber Sleuth.
It's not that old. It can't be that old.
To be fair, I don't think most people did not play the original Japanese Vita version.
Yeah, the V was kind of a pain in the ass in general.
I still like how if you go and check the technical specifications, which are still there, it actually says um, it can be up to 30 FPS because it did not hold 30 FPS on the Vita.
God, no.
Um, Now, the original Vita version had 240 Digimon. Cyber got upgraded to the point that you can't, like, if you're playing Complete Edition, you're not really playing that original game anymore. Because it's basically like Hacker's Memory upgraded version of the engine with Cyber
It's
injected
it's
into it.
basically the ship of Theseus at this point.
Yeah, where uh, instead of 240 Digimon, you get 341.
Upgrade.
Now here's the thing: I don't actually mind that. It's just a bit weird in a few cases, like you cannot actually get Alphamon the same way as you did in the original game anymore. Or you can, I mean. 'Cause I don't remember if it was in Cyber or Hacker's Memory originally. Alphamon could evolve into Alphamon or Yuken. But
Okay.
once they added the Ryutamon family, they made it a combo Jogris.
Okay, that definitely makes
It
sense.
makes sense, but wherever
It's
they,
also funny.
I don't remember when they introduced Oryuken, if it was in Cyber Sleuth or if it was in Hacker's Memory, but I remember when Hacker's Memory originally launched, it was definitely still that. And then like 2 or 3 months later is when they added Ryutamon, so it changed entirely. Chat says Oryuken was Hacker's Memory. So it was only like that for like 2 or 3 months. Oh, wait, no. Okay, chat says Oryuken was in the original game and in Hacker's Memory. It was, yeah, so Hacker's Memory a couple months after launch when they added the Ryutamon Oryumon line is when they redid it. So
Add-ons.
there's a few odd things like that where the original game now permanently has the DLC elements of Hacker's Memory. And then the 10th anniversary of Digimon World Next Order. So it's funny how opinion on this game has changed. So I feel like since the Switch and PC version, it's neutral to slight positive. The PS4 version, I would say, was negative to okay. The Vita version was fucking miserable.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything nice of the Vita version.
The Vita version was the one where people are like, why aren't they with Cybersuit they released both versions here. Why aren't they releasing the Vita one in, the US and other countries? If you look at them side by side, you'll understand why. Cybersleuth on the Vita was fine for what it is. Hacker's Memory was kind of, or not Hacker's, Next Order was kind of miserable there. So 10 years, and it's been 3 years since we got it upgraded. It does feel like the I feel like the running in the Switch and the PC version is what got like changed people's tune the most about this. Just speeding
Yeah, it
up
had a
the game
lot
a
of
bit.
quality of life updates.
Yeah, so it's definitely improved a bit. And then talking about game updates. So, do you remember last time, Dev, when someone asked when do we think it will be out? The
Yeah,
next
my
the
my
next
my my bet was off.
the next morning they announced it would be tomorrow. Uh,
Yeah, my guess was like, oh, right around the Digimon Con.
yeah. We got the evolution paths, which is they just treat them as mode changes. Some people were
That
confused by
makes
that, but
sense.
there's a game context reason as to why. The first is um, you don't need to grind EXP to change. You can actually mode change freely in the menus, which is a neat little thing for Digimon that have it. Um, I played through it. I actually think this is the worst DLC. Here's why. Do you remember how I said the first two were each like an hour long?
Yeah.
This one's more like an hour 45 minutes, so we'll call it 2x. but it doesn't do anything to make that time necessary. It just throws more enemies in between you and the story. So as I put it, it's twice as long, half as fun. Because the enemies
Beautiful.
aren't necessarily fun ones to fight. You're actually fighting like the same combination of enemies over and over again.
Uh,
Like that's my feeling on it is it feels like time, where like I just kept running into the same enemy combinations, stopping me from moving forward. So
yeah, I would
yeah,
not have the attention span for that.
Jordan in chat said they feel spongier than usual. I was wondering if I was just using the wrong Digimon. It felt like normal enemies were just taking longer to put down. It's like they designed the DLC to just take longer, but without actually doing anything. Although it did not have the corridors in it. Instead of the corridors, they just have you run through scenery from the game more, and then you get one random new corridor that you only run through for like 10 seconds. Very odd.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay, but since I did all three, maybe the game will recognize that, and I will get like some sort of DLC ending. It is the same ending as the other two. I thought maybe like each one has that ending because the idea that Paralamon can just come back, blah blah blah. But maybe once you did all three, you get some sort of extra clip. Nope. It's really not fun, that DLC. Eh. It definitely made me go, if they do more DLC for the game, I kind of hope it's just more Digimon and they don't try to do more story stuff because they really don't have a handle on the story DLC.
Uh,
Jordan has a good comment on this.
crushing disappointment.
It feels very anticlimactic and kind of ruins the season pass as a whole, is how they feel about the DLC. Yeah. Like, the first DLC was fine, but not great. The second DLC, I went, this really isn't good. Like, it. The whole idea was, oh, you get to see some neat characters, but they don't do much with them. Here, it's exactly the same. It just is longer. And also, none of them act as singular characters. They're all in duos and kind of act as like one character. You know when they do that and stuff where you have like a pair and they're always saying the same stuff?
Yeah.
They're like less creative Jesse and Jameses. And then Digimon Con is this weekend. We get content list. They formally announced times, which they'd already done. And as is tradition, Dev, they clearly did the time conversion before daylight savings because the times are all wrong.
I get that. I mean, I wish I could
Yeah,
forget that daylight
yeah,
savings time existed.
yeah. So, anime, they will have a Digimon Beatbreak cast talk. Latest Digimon game updates, which is the fun, generic one of maybe there will be news, maybe there won't be. Maybe they will just talk about the Switch 2 version. I feel like they've said enough over the past few months. I would expect a few new Digimon to be added to Time Stranger, if nothing else. I consider
Yeah,
that,
that's about all I'm expecting.
yeah. Um, toy Digimon Tamer 20th anniversary, latest LCD toy updates. Gee, I wonder. Uh, we're definitely getting pre-orders for a D-Arc right as this ends.
Yeah, fuck my wallet once again.
Latest updates on the card game and Digimon Alyson, and then a merchandise and event corner. Come on, shitty drinks.
Yes. Like, I know they're not going to do that, and it's probably just going to be like the ultimate D-Arc or just like the basic 3 in color, but
So here, do you want to know what
I
I
would
think?
fucking love to see Rio's
Do you want to know what I think it's
D-Arc.
gonna be?
What is it?
Think about the history of the D-Arc and of these 25th color evolutions. We're gonna get red, blue, and then a special gold one that will come with something extra.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a metal blue card and red card.
I don't know. Like in my brain, I want to say it'd be the tin, but they've sold us that before.
Yeah, but it sold out really fucking fast.
Didn't they reprint that once or twice though? And I think that one was in stock for a while. I think. I don't know. It's hard to say.
No,
It's also hard
I
to
know they did like the Royal Knights box.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know
Uh,
what other.
I'm trying
Oh,
to decide.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. So this is Saturday. I hope it is not super long. I One thing I will say, it does feel like they've like as they've tamped down the schedule, they've made it work better. Like remember the first one was like 6 hours and stuff. It was just like that was too much.
We're just slogging through it and just wandering off during the card section
Yeah.
because, like, and also a chunk of it wasn't even subtitled.
Oh, that was the one where we were laughing at the was it the vital bracelet section where they're like going into heavy detail about stuff and like none of it's translated. We're just like, to be fair, they started putting up uh promos for it featuring cast members, and they put up English versions where they did English titling and everything. They do not subtitle a single fucking word anyone says in these promos. They've done two so far where they have cast members like introducing Digimon Con and everything, and like they do nice English titling where it's like 6 days until Digimon Con. They don't subtitle anything. They're saying they don't even subtitle their names.
Okay, that's sad.
Yeah, they do a trailer with Terriermon, which is nice, and so the guest lineup is actually pretty solid for what it is. So first up, we do not know everyone. Some are hidden. Mayumi Yamaguchi, who's Jian Liang in Tamers and Gabumon in Adventure.
Okay.
Fumika Orikasa, who's Rookie in Tamers. That is it for
Nice.
announced Tamers cast.
Well, we sure as hell know that they're not gonna get Renamon.
See, she's formally retired, but at some point as
Yeah,
time goes,
exactly.
but what I mean is at some point as time goes on, and remember, part of her retiring was to take care of her kid. Her kid's gonna get older. You know what I mean? So at some point, I would not be shocked if she popped back up. So after the Tamers cast, we get Megumi Han, who Gekkomon in Beatbreak, Takaru in 2020, Iru in Hunters, Nokia in Cyber Sleuth. Matsumi Tamura, she for someone who only joined the franchise like 10 years ago, she's starting to have so many. So she's Pristimon in Beatbreak. She was Koshiro in Try. She's Hero in Ghost Game, and she's Aegiomon in Time Stranger. Uh,
Fancy.
Misaki Kuno, who's Tropmon in Beatbreak, and Daiki Hamano, who's Murasimon in Beatbreak. So we'll see if anyone else pops up.
Yay.
I I feel like it'd be like, oh, it's gonna be Kenshi Watanabe and Volcano or something like that, or Sasasi probably.
Neat.
I wouldn't be
Well,
shocked if
hopefully.
it was producer Hara from the game. We'll see. I feel like some of the best segments they do are the card ones where it's the producer, it's Chiba, and it's Maguro. Anytime they subtitle them, it ends up being great fun, I think. And then we got a new Terriermon episode. They have Takahiro Kojima. They interview him. He's the character designer for Beatbreak. And then during the interview, they show some rough draft art, like Reina with a different. I feel like this hairstyle does not work for Reina for a key reason. Do you know what the reason is, Dev?
Because she looks cooler with the shorter hair.
Not just cooler. It feels like they want to frame her as not like going to the effort of being fussy or fancy. Does that make sense? Like with doing the hair up like that?
Yeah.
Because other than that, there's not really much of a change.
So just flipping through the other sketches and just like, this is beautiful.
Oh yeah, like the outfit for I forget her name.
Rose, I
Yeah.
think.
So then Kojima and Chairman Assistant are challenged to a game. The game is they're told what to draw. They have to draw against each other, but there will be some sort of language limitation in the instructions each time. So like one of them was like they couldn't say certain groupings of words. The second time was the instructions would only be given in English. Now this ended up being an issue.
Translate this.
This ended up being an issue because there was a key word that Terriermon did not understand what the word was. So they keep trying to like explain the pose to him. So at one point because the word was cactus. Because they're saying like they have to be posed on like a tower shaped like a cactus. So as they're trying to explain to him what it is, him and Kojima, when they get like the clarified details, Kojima must think that he misunderstood the word and now he knows it, so they erase everything, start over. The clarification was, oh, it's like the Titanic pose. So if you look at the art, the one that they do at the end is them both trying to do like an interpretation of the Titanic pose with Kyo and Murasimon. So Terriermon draws Murasimon like trying to do it, but it looks more like he's arresting him.
I was gonna say it looks like
And then
Murasamimon's going to jail.
And then Kojima apparently decided that Murasimon is too tall for this pose, so he's like leaning over and holding Kyo, who's standing on his knees. And am I wrong, or is Murasimon looking at the screen like he's tired?
Yes. It's like, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah. So that was good and funny. And then
His eye bags are like that of the eye life group.
AD1 Cardpocalypse officially ends today, Dev.
Thank fuck.
So we get Rise Greymon with new art of him and Masaru. A lot of people did not seem
It's
to like
okay.
this card. I feel like the framing is not very good.
It's not. It's too vertical. There's way too much empty space on the sides. Rise Greymon's like shoved way up too
Well,
high, and
I
it's
feel I
cutting
feel
off
like
half
the
his
other
length.
thing is it's hard. I think without looking carefully, it's hard to tell if that's meant to be like the sun or his boosters, and I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the boosters.
It's the boosters.
But also, it feels weird that it's the boosters, doesn't it?
It just doesn't look
Yeah.
good.
Then War Greymon, which this is a reprint of a promo card that was a box topper for Booster Set 21.
I
I
really like this one.
I believe this is themed after an old Digimon card. I think. I could be wrong. I do know it is based off old art of some form, though, but I think it's from the old card game.
Yeah.
Then from Booster Set 25, we get a new preview of Dr. Simmons, uh, profile style art of her, and then parallel card, which is a scene from the game. I want to say it's the first time you're running through part of the town where she's looking at products in the window, if I remember right, and I may not. It's been a while. Then special parallel cards from Imperial Digimon Fighter Mode and Omegamon from 81.
These are going to be so expensive.
Yeah, these are nice profile shots. This is the same art though from the promo poster, I believe. The weird thing is I feel like everyone thinks these are panorama, and they definitely are not. Like they don't actually line up. They kind of look like they might, but I think that's just coincidence. Like if you look at like the centerpiece of the crest of friendship on Omegamon, that doesn't go anywhere on Imperial Dramons.
No, the only thing that lines up are like the
Gold framing.
notches. It
Yeah.
basically just makes kind of like a
Yeah.
chevron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what it is we get a nice themed crest design on the back of Omegamon and a pseudo like jawdress ring thing with Digimoji for fighter mode. Really good art, and yes, these are gonna go for too fucking much. These are the type of ones where
Yeah.
I want to know what to go for, especially since when you look at the photos of the cards, the way the light catches
It's like,
these
oh,
ones.
they're so shiny.
Exactly. We also got a trailer for the set. I feel like since around Booster 17 or 18. Have these gotten really good?
I haven't seen this one yet.
Oh,
I
it's
did
really good.
not scroll far enough down.
Oh, you saw all the cards and then stopped, huh? Okay.
Yes, yes, this is
Okay.
exactly
Well,
what happened.
you can watch it later. I've really liked the run of trailers we've gotten lately. It feels like they're really good. And then we have all the card images from AD1, along with various recent promo cards and a few panorama cards, which are nice. There were a lot of cards in this, especially when you
It was
consider
great.
the weird thing is this: when you look at how many gold borders there were, wouldn't you swear there were more of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It felt like there was at least. Um, and then Masaru and Toma from Starter Deck 24. Very nice art of them in their uniforms. The only thing I wish they would have done better, I wish we'd gotten a bit more
Mm.
showing off of the original IC Digivice.
Yeah.
Toma's is actually shown off nice. This is blocked by the text. Then we get Digi Soul slash DNA Charge. That's certainly a screen cap card.
Yep. It's so grainy.
Yes, it is. Also, can we appreciate that like the sample text is like the worst place to actually show off the screen?
Yeah, you can't see like evolution on it. It's just
Yeah. Uh, okay. This is
just
a
go away with the
so
sample cards.
so from Starter Deck
Just go away.
23.
Make it cool.
This is really basic, but I think it's like a VIP card. Is the Reina and Makoto card?
I love the background color on this.
It works
It's
really
just
well.
very snazzy.
It really is. Good art of both of them. Although, am I wrong, or does the pose for Makoto feel a bit weird?
He's just doing that little dainty rich kid arms very politely crossed.
See, it feels like they've positioned like stuff a bit too strongly for him, though. Where like the way he's smiling and like standing.
He's being very calm and polite.
And then because the World Championship was over the weekend, we got a bunch of previews. So first up, uh, Asuna in her late game Time Stranger outfit, plus a parallel card of her along with Belle Starmon. Both of these are actually very nice. Then
I like
Shine.
the back to back on the parallel card.
No,
That looks badass.
that's a good one. I only have one issue with this card. Does it feel like this should be one with a special finish? But like you do the finish different for both characters?
Maybe put the finish on like the little zippers and like the emblem on Bellstar Modulators, like all the metal bits.
Ooh, that would
That would be cool.
good. Then a dual card for Shine Greymon Burst Mode slash Final Shining Burst. So the first one,
This one looks a lot better than the
yeah,
Rise Greymon one.
the first one shows off the character really well. The second one shows off the attack more, and I actually liked the framing of this one, partially because they zoom in. I feel like if they'd done the Rise Greymon but not tried to shove in Masaru, it might have worked because then they could have framed closer.
Yeah.
Then they
But they
announced,
both look fucking cool.
yeah. So I believe these are going to be box toppers. I think for Booster Set 25 parallel cards of cards that are on the restricted list, but it appears on the restricted list because they were used so well in competitions. And the art, if I understood what they were saying correctly, the art is based off artistic interpretations of times they were used in competition.
Oh,
If I understood that right, which I may not have. I need to see these larger to decide if I like them or not, though,
yep, we'll
because
find out eventually.
some of these are very small. For example, is that Greymon standing on top of a building?
Um,
Or is it just
I
small?
think it's like a cliff face. Yeah, I think it's a cliff,
Okay.
like
See,
zooming in as much as I
looking
can.
at the small art, I'm like, it's like he's standing on a building like Spider-Man or Batman.
Yeah, I think it's cliffs
Okay,
because it has a bit like
that
a rocky texture.
that would make more sense. Then from booster set EX12 Digital World Shambhala, we get Seiden Gokuamon. Uh, the standard art of him standing there, we've definitely seen before, I believe. Think that was one of the early art pieces we saw. Then did we all then him using his upgraded staff as a cannon for the parallel art?
It is very gold.
When you look at this monkey, don't you just go, this is probably showing up in Beatbreak.
I was also thinking the music from Dragon Ball is playing in my head.
I had that thought when I was putting together the article, and then I started going, timing wise, it feels like they picked him so they could do this in Beat Break. Then we
Yeah.
get a dual card of Seriesmon / Planet Punch. So the first one really feels like it's supposed to be the Ultraman pose,
Yes.
and then the parallel card feels like it's supposed to be like a anime hero punch. Like,
Yes, there's so many anime heroes that
yeah,
do this punch, but
yeah,
like All Might and Captain Falcon definitely.
yeah. I like how we get in my brain. It's one of those ones where I go, do you think when they decided what people were going to draw, they went, do the Ultraman pose, and they went, do an anime pose for the separate artist, specifically to get the difference? Then we get art reveals for Takudomon and Ryugumon.
Ooh.
It's weird. I like these. They don't blow me away, though. I think part of it is because Takudomon kind of feels like he isn't doing much, and we've gotten a decent bit of art of Ryugumon so far. Because it's Yao's partner, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought.
but I also like the inky like the really
No, so do
thick
I.
brushwork.
Then art previews for booster set 26, Jupitermon Wrath Mode, Rosemon Burst Mode, and Plutomon.
Okay, I really fucking love that Rosemon.
Yeah, the Rose. I can't decide if I like Rosemon better or Plutomon. Plutomon is a very artistic interpretation of a scene in Time Stranger. Jupitermon, my issue is does it feel like it's not focusing on him enough?
Hmm.
But yeah, I think the Rosemon is really good.
I want a poster of that.
There are so many fucking cards we would get posters of overall. Then from EX13 Chivalrous 13, we get preview art of Slightmon, Omegamon Merciful Mode, and King Edamon.
Okay, these are all good, but
Merciful Mode's the best one.
yes, it's like I'm sorry.
Like, this is one where, like, here's the thing. All of these previous from Saturday Night, like, they're all good. I think Merciful Mode beats all of them except maybe the Asuna parallel card based on the finish, I would say. Like, the Merciful Mode, this is one where I really hope this is like the hollow foil. How cool will this card be if it's that?
Okay, also holofoil, but uh spot embossing on the blue for his armor.
They can do that, but I have one more idea. Gold foil embossing on King Edamon.
Oh yes, that'd be
Go
beautiful.
like full hardcore gold. That'd be so good. Then we get a rows of prize cards for the first season of the next World Championship. Am I wrong, or is the playmat that playmat was promo art from like the first few months of the card game, wasn't it?
I
Or am I getting it
I know
mixed up
it
with
definitely.
later art?
I think it's mid to later art.
Okay, it's
Because
one of
I
those.
remember that I remember commenting on that Metal Garurumon looking like
We've had a
one of like
lot
the
of
Asher girls.
art of these two in there. I'm probably wrong on that. And then I like how the one price is an uncut card sheet. That's a neat thing to get framed. Then they're going to do a welcome tamers event for the 2 new starter decks. Stamp labels on alternate cards for a number of starter deck cards so new players can learn to play.
Very cool.
Then Card Battle does an unboxing of 81. And bless them, this is one where the English one skips doing it and they just do the Yuki News segment. They also show the finish of the 5 special
Cartoon.
parallel cards from 81. I really do not like when they skip like the. I get why they're skipping it because they're not showing the English cards for an unboxing.
Yeah, but
It feels like you could do something, but whatever.
they hate
And
us.
then new poll. Favorite Digimon added to the reference book recently from Super Cross Wars. So we get Shoutmon
Wars.
Cross 4S, Shoutmon Cross 5S, Shoutmon Cross 3 GM, Shoutmon Cross 3 SD, Armamon, and Armamon Burst Mode.
Really hard, just
I
because a
think
lot of them look really
okay.
similar.
I think I know who the 2 bottom ones are.
Okay.
The 2 that end with S. Not because they're not cool, but they're more better known because they were in the anime, so people already like know who they are, have already been excited about them in the past, so they're kind of boring in comparison to everyone else. You know what
Makes
I mean?
sense.
So
But I also feel like this poll's not going to get that many votes in general because it's so specific to
yeah,
Cross
I
Wars.
feel like if you're voting based on like cool and like knowing Cross Wars, I feel like the coolest is probably. Mm, I want to say SD is probably the coolest for someone who follows Cross Wars enough to know the characters, because it's like, oh, they're combined with Dark Knightmon.
Yeah, that and Cape.
I feel like Burst Mode is going to win though.
That would make sense because he looks cool and also
I
swords.
actually don't think GM's a bad design, but it looks janky as shit. And also like there's nothing that shows that art well because it's smaller everywhere because
So
of the perspective.
tiny.
Yeah, like that's hurting that one a lot. So
Yeah,
voting's
it's like,
until March.
please give us like the most gigantic, ridiculous
Yeah,
resolution artwork of it. I
yeah.
want to see the
But yeah,
details.
I think SD's like the best one here. For
Yeah, it's
bot,
cool, it's unique, it kind of gives the same vibes as Cross 4 Knight, which, damn, that was cool.
yeah. And then we have the weekend potpourri. So first up, reference book updates. A few longtime stragglers. So we get Apollomon Whispered and King Waymon.
I am so surprised we finally got actual artwork of Whispered because
Well,
even
that's
the
the funny thing is
official.
we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the
It.
only official artwork ish was from Toei's Cross Wars website, and it was completely the wrong colors.
I know, but here's the thing. It's not like they like. It's just the Apollomon art. They've just changed the color and they added a bit of glow to the fire effects. Because if you look, the art of the fire effects is the same. They just extend a bit further. They just added like they added a glow stroke to it.
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. That's not me insulting the character. When I saw the name of Apollomon Whisper, I'm like, oh, that's neat. Like, I don't care one way or the other, but it's neat because I know a lot of people wanted Whispered in it. And I saw that, I'm like, wait a second. I'm looking at side by side. I'm like, it's the same art. They just added a glow. And King Waymon's a weird one that it's only being added now because King Waymon has shown up in stuff. Like King Waymon
Yeah.
doesn't King Waymon have a card in the current card game?
God, I don't remember. We get so many fucking cards all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm
It
I'm
just kind
checking.
of.
King Waymon got a card in Booster Set 7. King Waymon got a card years ago.
Damn.
1 second. When was Booster Set 7?
Uh, let
God, that one was a while
me.
ago.
Okay, what year
Okay,
was
Next
that?
Adventure was 2000. The US version was 2022. So it's probably 2021 for the Japanese one. So it has been half a decade that this Digimon has had a card and not been on. Although that does definitely suggest that the people keep going, oh, you have to be in the reference book to get a card. Definitely does not apply.
Yep. Came out in August 2021 in Japan.
Yeah. I'm actually, yeah, so I've been a bit shocked they did not add it. But yeah, so, hey, he's finally there. I'm I'm very disappointed that Whispered because especially since like they've gone in and changed art for a few art clone ones. So after because
Yeah.
at this point Whispered is over 15 years old, right? About 15 years old because Cross Wars just had its anniversary.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a weird
See.
one. I don't know. Better look, it's there, which is neat. It's just kind of disappointed that after that long, it's just recolored art and they added a stroke
I
to it.
mean, at least it's not purple and blue
Yeah.
now.
Then Ayumi Miyazaki um, announced that he's doing another stream on a couple days ago at this point because over the weekend, and he announced he'd be at the ACF Animation Festival in Taipei, April 3rd to 5th. He's noted the last time he was there was 8 years ago in 2018, so he's looking forward to it.
Yay.
Various images from staff and other people who went to the Beatbreak pop-up shop stuff. They took lots of photos of everything. Megumi Han was most interested in the daikon on Raito's belt. A lot of people really want there to
Okay.
a lot of people really want there to be that Gigaspawn plushie.
He looks so sad, probably because he's lost every single fight he's been in.
He's sad because he knew what the plot was going to be for him. Then the company that did the Digimon Orchestra Symphony in Korea last year, Classic, they had previously teased they were going to do another one. They announced a new one called Chosen Children Epilogue, so they're doing that April 19th and 20th at the Sejong Center for the Performing Arts. So if you're going to be in Korea around there, worth the tickets because everyone seemed really happy with that last year who was able to go.
I really like the artwork for it, especially Gabumon. He's blushing.
I think it's funny that like Agumon's sitting there holding the music.
And also, Yamato's holding a violin, not a harmonica.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have him with an actual instrument, something actual like orchestra themed. I suppose you could
Yeah,
have
and he
given
couldn't exactly give Takaru a violin. He does not have the arm length for that.
and then as Maria made some comments about Jesmon X in Time Stranger, he liked that in various movements you can actually see the full like body weapon system design stuff, like how the knees are the great swords, the twin blades of the shield, that sort of thing. He was quite pleased by that. So he posted a few
Yay,
photos of
look
it.
at how my creation moves.
He's more than just being pointy. He's very pointy. And then, so this one's funny. Do you remember the contest for the Time Stranger PC?
Yeah.
The winner of that was Show 3411, who put up lots of pictures and posed it with Terriermon Assistant plushies, and Terriermon Assistant signed the PC. Show's wife also posted some photos of it on social media. So we actually know this person. It is one of the people who, when they did the memorial project, uh, did the top tier to get Kenshi Watanabe to design a Digimon partner for them, and it was Equestramon.
Like, yay! I'm glad they won.
So that is like the chances of it being someone who A did that and B actually knows how to take photos of stuff Because how many times when there's been like a cool contest with unique prize, and then we see the photos, it's like, is this a flip phone from 2002?
Some grungy thing taken in
Yeah,
the back rooms.
yeah. Like this is very nice photos of it. See, you don't even need to worry about being a Time Stranger PC. It has RAM. Then,
That Kotatsu looks so comfy.
especially with all the Terriermons. Then photo from the World Championship in Japan when that was happening, with the finalists there and everything. Card game art of Cool Boy and Yao. Like, oh, only 2 comic strips left. Cool Boy
You
leaving
can
stuff
do
to
it,
Yao,
Yao.
and Yao's freaking out, as she does. For Liberator for art, Usagi Bochi drew Sonorizamon in Sand, which is a nice little touch based on the chapter. And Tomo1 did a nice one of the girls. So I saw this before I read the chapter. It for some reason the way it's drawn here, it did not occur to me that Close's hair is different
Yeah, because it kind of like unless you're looking really
for the
closely, you don't
background.
realize it's shorter.
Yeah,
Like, oh, the rest of her hair is just behind the other two girls.
yeah, very nice art. Then they said that Granite's birthday is March 15th, so they put up some very nice art of him and Ludomon.
It's adorable.
Also, this art made me think of. Do you remember when we were talking about how at some point Ludomon was just going to reappear with the armor with no comment?
Yeah,
Did you see him at the end of the episode?
I actually did not.
He's standing there with the armor when they're getting ready to leave, even though he. So they did exactly what we expected, where he just has the armor now, and the next time we see the evolution will probably be the full segment.
That makes sense.
Very nice art for this.
But I
Uh,
like that we get to see the Teddy version.
yeah. Oh no, I love that they like had and found a good reason to use it. I think that was great. Then episode related art. Takira Kojima, character designer, posted beat art of Armalizamon from Beatbreak. I know it's just the colors. Does it feel like he was
It's
in an
Ava 01.
Yeah, he was in a very Evangelion mood. Like, here's the thing, because it's not this isn't really Armalizamon's colors. Like
No, they're not.
this is very much in an Evangelion-esque mood to do this. Like the art,
Absolutely. It's the
yeah,
exact palette.
yeah.
And also the pose.
The pose remind. To be fair, if we had seen this and it was in the normal colors, we would not be thinking Eva, even with the pose. If it
No,
was,
but it's those colors. They
yeah,
just
exactly.
it's
Uh,
on site.
then Akamini Aki posted art of Hodoruka for the episode. She's wearing her outfit from the pop-up shop, but without the headband.
I like that everyone's seeming to have so much fun with the pop-up shop artwork.
I think it helps because like we have not seen everyone in like casual lounge type clothing.
It would be really fun to just see like the pop-up shop outfits just at least used just randomly in the series.
It would be nice, especially since these are just like casual outfits. They aren't like, oh, they're all in tuxedos because it's, you know, themed after X one. This is just everyone going to a theme park.
Yeah, it's like this is just like regular clothes.
Yeah. If you get rid of the weird accompaniments like the Shakomon headband, for example,
Yeah.
or the Trotmon hat with danglies. I forget what those are called.
Um I don't know what those are called either.
Okay, but we both know what we're talking about at least. Uh,
Yeah.
then, chat, you guys can throw in questions. Well, we start with the ones that people sent in ahead of time. First one, someone said, "What kind of grade do you give Beat Break based on the whole series thus far?" I feel like
For me a B, B plus.
I feel like I'm feeling B minus because as it's gone on, it also kind of has the feeling that it's kind of disinterested in certain things, and it's disinterested in them after telling us about them, which kind of knocks it a bit for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It at least for me, I'm still looking forward
No, I
to
definitely am.
Saturdays when I get to watch it.
No, same. It isn't like I feel like we were when we were watching Ghost Game, episode to episode, we might actually enjoy the episode, but it was we were almost looking forward to seeing how they would ignore stuff they told us. I'm looking forward to like because they could still clarify tactics details or they could do X Y Z. I'm hoping for that stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
how goes the adventure in trying to keep up with newer anime shows, games, and books?
Failing.
I finished the new season of Star Trek and I'm caught up on the new season of Scrubs so far, and that's about it.
Yeah, I've had no time to do anything. Like I've been watching Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling and because I liked the light novel, but the anime keeps disappointing me horribly.
That's a shame. But
Look,
yeah.
you spend 4 minutes of the beginning of the episode, which is just exactly one for one the 4 minutes off of the end of the previous episode. It's
Oh
just
no, no. It
oh yeah.
it does the non-recap where it's just clearly trying to save budget.
Yes. And a lot of the scenes are just like a completely still frame, just panning slightly over it for like 30 seconds.
Do they at least play that song from Naruto where they do the ha 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 that they kept playing in the
Nope.
recaps for years?
Nope.
Oh,
It's literally just it's just the previous episode.
oh, shame. Uh, in my brain, I would like to believe that I'm going to play through Death Stranding 2 when it comes out on PC later this month, but more realistically, I won't. I will test graphics, and then I'll be like, the 6-player version of X-Men Arcade. I'm going to make Dev and others play it with me.
I want to, but the problem is having time.
I know. I think the last time we properly played a beat 'em up, I think we both only had like half an hour.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. The last time we played for any length of time, like properly, not just like, oh, let's see if it works, I think it was Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
And that's been a while. Since you've brought them up before, what Digimon game remasters, remakes, or just plain re-releases would best capitalize on people feeling good about games after Time Stranger? I feel like we've answered variations of this. It's stuff like the adventure game, redigitize, doing a cheapo remake of Cyber Sleuth, or just plain doing PlayStation
Y-
ports of the first 3 World games.
Yeah, we've answered this one a lot,
Yeah.
but I feel like the easiest would be redigitize because one was already on a Nintendo system
Well, but
before.
the problem, well, remember, at that point, that's when they had the second screen stuff added to the game.
Yeah, but it's easily just
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying when they think about it is it's reverse engineering it to be single screen. Really what they should do is like just take the stuff they built for Next Order and just redigitize it.
yeah, I was thinking that.
Like that feels like what they should do, but yeah, who knows? Then a question for you, Dev. Burnt in chat is asking, do you recommend Reincarnated as a dragon hatchling? But they're specifically asking if you recommend the light novels.
Um, I only read the first volume of the light novel. It was good. It was very interesting. So I was looking forward to the anime, and damn. I mean, it started off pretty good. It's like, oh, okay, the 3D CGI is not bad.
Basically,
Next, it's like,
you like the story. The pacing's just terrible.
Oh yes. I basically get between the uh actually there's about a whole like maybe 10 minutes of anime during each episode.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
cuz about a solid 5 minutes that's taken from the previous episode and the 2 minutes each on the opening and ending. So, out of a 22-minute episode, there's barely anything new.
yeah. And someone pointed out X-Men Arcade only takes like 40 minutes to beat, right? While true, it's the type of thing where like if I'm doing X and Dev has free time, okay, we're not playing. If I have free time and Dev's tired, I'm not necessarily going to take 30 minutes of her resting time. It's where schedules
Yeah,
just,
I usually come home from work and drop like a
yeah.
rock.
It's where I'm not asking Dev to do stuff, not because she'll say no, but I know she'll say yes, even if she's tired, and I'd rather not ask. Plus,
Being an adult is
I
suffering.
really like the X-Men arcade game, but I have far more memories of Captain America, so I'm really happy that's being included in that set. Because I had the Genesis version of it, and that was a pretty good port, and they're including both. So I'm really happy about that.
I really want to play X-Men Arcade. That was fun.
Especially since they're doing the six-player version also.
Ooh.
Tiny Iron Fist
Is
asks,
Nightcrawler in it?
yes, it's that one.
Yeah!
It's the one where
Fuck yeah!
it's Wolverine, Cyclops, Dazzler, Storm, Nightcrawler, and Colossus, if I remember.
Yeah.
It's the one where I think Colossus, he does that expression, he goes to the where he lifts his arms up, he's just like
I don't remember him that much. I just kept playing as Nightcrawler constantly.
yeah, where he's just like bouncing across. That's the one where the six-player version has the two screens and it's super fucking wide. Did you ever see that version or just the one screen version?
I think I only saw the one screen version.
Okay, I'm saying it.
It's been so long.
Okay, I'm saying it when we're doing this, so that chat hears it also, because I'll show you later, Dev. Um, there's a tour of an arcade, I think in the Midwest. They pulled apart the arcade board, like mounted it on the wall with nice framing and everything. Wires
Oh,
going to
you
like,
showed me a video of that.
okay, I've already shown you it. The one where like the full
Mhm.
podiums and they have the two projectors.
Yeah,
So
where they went just absolutely insane with
yeah,
it.
where it's like an entire room dedicated to the game. Like, okay, so I've shown you this already. Okay, good.
Yes.
Tiny Iron Fist asks, which African animal do you want to turn into a Digimon? Do we have a
Wolf?
do we have a giraffe Digimon yet?
No.
I picked giraffe. Let's
I
see.
definitely want Aardwolf.
That's not a bad choice. Uh, okay. Dev, someone asked for cold drinks. Where do you fall on the scale of how much ice?
Zero ice. My teeth absolutely hate very cold things.
Okay, my preference is based on where I am. If it's like a fountain drink, then I have to like you have to go lower on ice, you get more drink. If I'm at home, like filling up a cup with water, I will put in too much ice.
Yeah, no fucking ice. I will have ice drinks, essentially lukewarm.
Okay, makes sense,
I'm a
especially
monster.
since last chance in for questions from chat. Someone said last minute guesses before Digimon Con. I feel like we kind of did this earlier accidentally. So D-Arcs for sure. I have no doubts about D-Arcs.
Yeah, it's mostly just like, okay, what accessory are they going to try and kill us with?
Okay, so if we assume the colors are correct, which is red, blue, and gold's the special one, what do you think the
Mhm.
special accessories are? Because the the Super CSA had the cards, and those weren't even like premium accessories. So do you
Yeah,
think?
they're just with it.
Yeah. So do you think they don't include the cards with the basic ones, or what do you think the super accessory is? Just more
I feel like the
cards?
super accessory is. I feel like they'll include a blue card with the regular ones, but they'll include like super sexy metallic like red cards with the whatever the middle fancy version is.
See, I keep trying to think like, what could tamers have like that's the equivalent of like the crest or the digimental, something that like a small little collectible thing.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think of just I don't know, maybe like a little tiny zero arms granny.
I thought about that. I wondered if it'd be like something like a little um metal model of like each character's D arc. Like for
That
all
could
of
be
them.
cool.
It doesn't feel like what they do though, does it? It's gonna be the fucking box with more cards, isn't it?
Probably, but I know they wouldn't do it because it would be too much of a pain in the ass. But at least for like a basic one, they could have it so you could swap out the strap and the ring for all the other like
Oh, that'd be neat.
tertiary
That
tamer colors.
well, you couldn't do one of them. Actually, no, it wouldn't
Yeah.
work because we expect the special one to be gold, which had different it had different decorations on the actual
Y-
body portion.
Yeah, it had like some embossing and
Yeah,
the ring around it was slightly differently shaped.
yeah. See, in chat they're saying red card or blue card, and it's like, yeah. Here's the thing: you're not wrong with that guess. The problem is I would like to like think that like if people are buying the basic one, they'd get a blue card, anyways. Because like that's like the whole point. I don't know.
Maybe it's Jury's puppet.
Have they ever sold that?
No.
It feels like they would have done that around when they were doing like Mimi's hat, or do you remember the fucking fancy $500 watches?
Oh god, yeah, those are.
Um. So yeah. So D-Arc, I I expect more Time Stranger DLC. I don't know if I expect like story DLC. I expect something. Even if it's just
Like,
Digimon.
hey, here's some more Digimon thrown in.
Um.
Go fuck yourself.
Chat.
Run down this
Oh,
hallway.
one chat prediction is the Elysian launch date. I thought about this. Generically, I agree, but I wonder if that's a bad idea because they changed a lot because of the beta to try to fix things, right?
Yeah, I feel like they'll have like another round of
Well, that's the thing is
beta.
when they did. I don't remember what the event was. It was one. It was a card event like a few weeks ago. The demo at the event was actually different and had changes, but there hasn't been a lot of events since then. So it feels like Meta has a good idea for the D-Arc thing. Already, Dev?
Ooh.
Takado sketchbook with sketches of Gilmon in it.
Oh, that would be cool as shit.
That would be a good one. I don't expect them to do it, but that would be a good one. Okay, so do we? Okay, let's try to think of something unexpected because like Time Stranger DLC, D-Arcs, Elias and launch date, those are all basic.
Mm,
Oh, oh,
yeah, but of the
oh, okay,
ones we've experienced so far, I mean, we're pretty
okay. I got two
on
more.
par.
I got
So
two more. Are you ready?
yeah.
First, they will give us some actual details on the Ghost Game Blu-ray box,
Ooh.
and two, we will get some. I would like to see some sort of teaser for a Savers equivalent to the Crosswords V Pets. You know, where they take the color and they do them up as like a Savers adventure.
Yeah,
That is what I
I
like
would
to
like
see.
that because I just really like the design of the IC and the IC
And
burst.
and something Atmon. Atmon's getting an anniversary. Let's not forget that. I don't. I feel like what I want.
Here's an Offmon plushie. This is all you people are gonna pay for.
They fucking did that already, and no one bought it.
Yes, it's gonna be the same exact one. They don't have to make anything new.
I would like to see. Oh no, I would like to see a Gatchmon figure, like a Mega House gem statue.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Okay, and then Burnt asked, What's our opinion on Tactic 7 joining Glowing Dawn full time if that happens? It doesn't feel like it's happening, at least in the short term. Maybe something like
Eventually, it feels like they will team up because, yay,
I
their
feel like
colors make a rainbow
I feel like
together.
part of the reason why I don't think of it in the short term is it feels like there's interesting characters they could add if they want to. They could add Tomoro's brother, they could add Hitomi. I'm not saying they are. I just think those would be more interesting than throwing in tactics when it feels like at the moment they're writing tactics out to go find Raito so they don't have to deal with them for a while. At least in my view. Okay, that looks like that is it for questions. Dev, what Wikimar article would you like people to read?
It will be Apollomon Whispered, just because it's been so long.
Yeah, that he
And make
he
sure to scroll to the pictures all the way at the bottom of the lovely colored artwork that Toei initially provided.
he deserves it.
Yeah, he's a
So
good
we
kitty.
will be here next Monday after Digimon Con. We are seeing if we will have a guest or not that episode. Dev can confirm I'm trying, but we will
Yep.
see. Scheduling, especially with something like that, is more locked down because if it's not there, we're not just going to have them on the next episode.
Yeah.
So we will see. I can be found at With the Will as
Oh.
always. We will catch you guys later. Thank you everyone for showing up. Bye.
Bye bye.